Survey and Study Design, Getting Started Collecting Data. This short presentation will cover a lot of ground. It will discuss survey platforms, developing a purpose and scope, deciding which kinds of questions to ask, types of demographic questions, types of content questions, and keeping track of data. Technical communicators are often asked to solicit the opinions and ideas of clients and audience members in a formal way. To that end, you are asked in this current project to create a survey that will give you information about a specific population. A first consideration is what type of platform you want to use for your survey. The platform you choose will influence the number of responses you can get in a specific period of time. Online platforms are helpful for getting lots of responses in a short amount of time. Platforms like SurveyMonkey, Sogo Survey, and Google Docs offer free but sometimes limited tools for creating surveys that you can send to your email contacts. Other online platforms like Reddit and Facebook apps such as Zoomerang and Lime Survey post your survey to large amounts of people. Reddit makes your survey public and offered to any and all Reddit users to take. Facebook apps make your survey available to Facebook users, including your Facebook friends. These platforms tend to get lots of responses quickly, but they target larger and less specific populations. Finally, you can forgo these online options altogether and hand out paper surveys. Although this method can easily get lots of results from a specific population, you will have to manually enter your results into a spreadsheet for analysis. A second consideration is what audience you want to pinpoint. As a starting point, think about who you want to ask about your topic. Do you want to find out what your friends and family know about a particular medical condition? Do you want to find out what Houstonians think about traffic? For this project, you are only expected to gather 25 responses at the most and 10 at the least. If you choose an audience that is very specific, such as experts in a field related to your topic, you should fall closer to 10 results. Whereas choosing a large population like Houstonians should ensure that you get closer to 25 responses. There are generally 4 types of research queries people make through this project. You might gauge how much your population knows about your topic, such as how much people know about type 2 diabetes. You could also gauge how interested they are in participating in a solution to the problem, such as coworkers' interests in participating in a fundraiser for victims of human trafficking. You could assess experts' opinions about issues such as air quality. Or finally, you could attempt to determine how much a population contributes to a problem, such as how many people in a neighborhood contribute to commuter emissions by driving to work alone. What you choose to ask people about depends on the topic that you decide you want to do. It is recommended that you choose the same topic that you did for your educational media project, so that way your research is very focused. Here are a couple of examples of research questions students have focused on in their surveys. One student focused on air quality and asked, "Are residents in my neighborhood aware of problems with Houston's air quality, and how do they contribute to the problem?" A student focused on identity theft as a topic focused on what level of fear do Facebook account holders have about identity theft? Are there connections between their level of fear and their age group or income level? When you start to think about and compose survey questions, you should include demographic questions as well as content questions. Demographic questions ask about characteristics the person taking the survey has. Ask at least 3 of these. Content questions are the ones related to your topic. Ask at least 3 of these too. Please do not ask more than 10 questions on your survey though. Demographic questions can cover any of the following: age, race, residence, income level, gender, citizenship, education, and employment, just to name a few. They should be asked as multiple choice questions because multiple choice answers will make the data easier for you to analyze when you log in your results. Be careful and mindful of the choices you create. Notice in these 2 examples, there are different groups for analysis. The first question lets me know how people in 4 different age groups will respond, while the second group simply separates people into 2 groups, those over 65 and those 65 and under. Content questions can take many other forms. They too can be multiple choice questions like this one, which asks respondents which they think is the #1 cause of air pollution in Houston. You can also include Likert or scaled questions, which ask respondents to put their response on a scale, usually of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Here, this question gauges a person's thoughts on how much commercial pollution affects air quality. A slightly more complicated but revealing question is called a semantic differential. In this kind of question, the respondent must rank their feelings along a continuum of opposite ideas. Here, a person must rank their interest in air quality as an issue. Finally, ordinal questions ask respondents to put responses in an order using numbers. In this example, a respondent has to rank the order of cities' air quality. One final note is to be sure to think ahead. In the next lesson, we will cover how to analyze the data you collect. This means that as responses come in, you need to be sure to catalog them in some sort of database or spreadsheet form. Many of the online programs will keep data for you and allow you to export it to a spreadsheet program.